Obviously, when a guy gets put on his back, is there a situation he does something wrong, or is it did Brankel or Ness do something right?
I see 3 guys that got put on their back. You're talking about 1.
Okay.
I mean, that's silliness. Here's the thing. You can look at this thing 2 ways from my perspective. I can grow up a little bit and give some credit and not make it a moral victory, and we can go forward because we can iron out those things that you're talking about, especially at 57 and 25. What on earth they were doing, especially at 25, you know, that's what they got to figure out, and we'll help them. But that's just, you know, do the things that you're good at. And we didn't do those things. Bizarre to me, except it happens.
How much of a stunner was that to start the match out that way, and then also that 5-point swing with?
It happens, and when you come off your back, you know, and then you're right back in it, you're scoring takedowns at 6-3, you know, and then you go to your back again. That's what's bizarre, but it happens. But it shouldn't happen out there. It shouldn't happen out there.
Does overconfidence come in there at all for like Gilman?
Not where I'm from. Maybe you could maybe get a professional psychologist in there and, you know, get inside his head, but not where I'm at. I don't think he's overconfident. He takes care of business. He got caught, and he got caught again. How many times has that happened? I don't know what the odds are, and that's why it's silliness.
What about Derek at the end of his match? What did you see that led to that
I
fight?
saw a guy pulling him up. We did a good job. We should have cut him. We had riding time. There's a lot of things you could have done. I saw a guy that didn't come out ready. Guy was in on our ankles early. We weren't ready. And, you know, you can look at it, and I said it on the radio. I don't know how many takedowns we got, but it wasn't very dang many. And I don't know how many first period takedowns we got, but it wasn't very dang many. And we gotta do some better things. You can get to guys better that way. You can get to a guy like Ness more that way. Then you don't have to, you know, ride him so tight. And the other thing with St. John's, I think he felt like he was going to get the back points because the guy was going, and so he kind of went for it a little bit. His hips come up, that's when the guy scoots underneath you, and then you're in the elevator and you're in trouble. You don't go there, it's dangerous. You don't go there. You base out, you get low on the ankle where he can't pull you up. There's a lot of things that you do there, but, you know, for me to talk about it here is really not doing St. John much good.
The fact that Derek was coming off a loss, did it change his mindset? That's his first time he's lost.
When you're a competitor, it doesn't matter changing mindset or not. You don't. When you're a competitor, it doesn't matter.
What do you attribute his lack of readiness to?
You got to go out. You got to be ready. You got to not move your feet to throw your legs back when a guy's coming to you. Move your feet to create offense. Dictate. So he's good when he moves his feet, but he was moving his feet after the first takedown to throw his legs back. So we got in a couple front headlock positions that were stalemated or that were wrestled, or were locked in the crotch again. So we got to move our feet to create opportunities for us, not to prevent opportunities for our opponent. That's how I would evaluate it.
Ethan still just banged up, or is Tim taking the spot?
He's getting better. You know, we went with the guy that's more ready, and I think Ethan could go if we didn't have any options or if it's a Big Tens, and it's just the smart thing to do. And we have a guy in the ropes there, and we didn't take a shot in the last 30, 19 seconds. I saw 19, and we went out near the out of bounds, and then we came back in, and I mean, there's got to be 3, 4, 5 different opportunities there.
On a positive note, both Evans and Telford got wins, maybe to improve their seedings. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, that's what I said when I came in here. I mean, you can talk about those things. Telford's never beaten Nelson, and he dictated that match for the most part and controlled it, and I don't have to wait till overtime. So good job. He wrestled the entire match. I mean, he didn't get rattled on the bottom. That's big. That's big. When a guy's good at something and he's beaten you there before and you don't get rattled and it's starting to look like it's going to go the guy's way. But, you know, we built up some riding time there too. So, but what if we don't? You know, just keep doing what he was doing. Keep getting your chest up. Keep coming up. Keep your head up. Get to your feet.
How much of a boost do you think that can be for Bobby going forward to Big Tens and the NCAAs?
I think all wins are a boost. I think winning is easier to go forward. That's why, you know, we got 5 guys that can go forward a lot easier than the other 5.
Those are 2 weight classes that people look at as tough, 174 and heavyweight. Can you talk about the fact that these guys need it, being personally, just
You need that, but you also have to find ways to open it up and to separate yourself. And the one thing about Evans is there wasn't any offense in that match on the board, I mean, offensive scores, but, he's shaking his head like he's got it in the bag, and, now it's his turn to go down. So I like that confidence. And Ironside mentioned that in the radio when I was up on the radio, and that's, I think, a really good point. And that's where, something that we haven't seen maybe quite as much out of him. So maybe a little bit of that mustache coming back, or whatever you want to call it, folklore, or whatever it is that gets a guy going.
Anything else? Thank you, Coach.